At the beginning of the story, we see an American football game. In the VIP stands, a man named Nicky is sitting comfortably with his girlfriend Jess while the match is going on. However, Nicky seems far more interested in the crowd than in the game itself. Suddenly, he notices a beautiful woman getting up from her seat and walking away. At that moment, a mischievous idea pops into his mind. He makes a small bet with Jess. They will count how many people turn around to look at the woman as she walks past. A man sitting nearby named Lee Yuan overhears them and says he wants to join the bet. Nicky agrees. They all casually place a $10 bet and begin counting. When the woman finally leaves the stands, the total comes out to 7 people who turned around to look at her. Jess guessed the closest number, so she wins the bet. Lee Yuan pays the money without hesitation and suggests starting another round. This time, the bet is about which player will commit the next foul. Jess backs out, saying she knows nothing about the game. But Nicky jumps right in and places a $1,000 bet. The referee blows the whistle and signals a foul, and Nicky guessed correctly. He wins and calmly puts the money in his pocket. Instead of getting upset, Lee Yuan becomes even more excited. He suggests increasing the stakes to $5,000. This time the question is, will the player pass the ball or run with it? Nicky hesitates a little, but eventually agrees. Lee Yuan predicts the player will run with the ball, while Nicky says he will pass it. The play begins, and the player runs with the ball. Nicky loses $5,000. Now Nicky decides to stop and tells Jess they should go get some coffee. But Lee Yuan refuses to let the game end so easily. He mocks Nicky, saying that someone sitting in the VIP lounge shouldn't worry about $5,000. He proposes another bet, this time $10,000. The new question, will the next pass be successful or not? Nicky predicts the pass will be successful, but the opposing team intercepts it. Now Nicky has lost $15,000. While pulling out the money, he begins to look slightly troubled. Trying to regain control, he suggests lowering the bet to $500. Jess is shocked, but Nicky is clearly frustrated. Luck is no longer on his side, and once again he loses. Jess immediately tells him to stop, but now his ego and anger have taken over. Without thinking, he places another bet, this time $100,000. Lee Yuan laughs at him and sarcastically asks whether he even has that kind of money. Nicky responds by throwing a thick bundle of cash on the table. The tension rises. Nicky bets that the next pass will be intercepted, but the pass is completed successfully. Now Nicky has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. He doesn't know how to get out of this mess anymore. Jess is also shocked by how far things have gone. Still, the game escalates. Nicky says he has $1 million left, and he's willing to bet it all. This time, the result will be decided with a deck of cards. Lee Yuan is already winning repeatedly and begins to see Nicky like an ATM machine. Lee Yuan draws his card first. It's a 5. Now Nicky just needs a card higher than 5 to win. Confidently, he flips his card, but it's a 3. Jess is so shocked, she almost falls from her chair. When the game began, Nicky only intended to risk $4,000, but now he has lost over $1 million. Embarrassed and defeated, he quietly grabs Jess's hand and starts walking out of the stadium. But Lee Yuan continues mocking him, saying this is what happens when amateurs try to play against a master. Nicky suddenly stops. He proposes one final bet, $1 million. This time the idea is different. Lee Yuan will randomly choose a player on the field using binoculars. If Nicky guesses that player's jersey number, he wins. Lee Yuan is confused. It sounds impossible and suspects Nicky might be cheating. To remove suspicion, Nicky says Jess will guess instead of him. Jess is furious. She has no idea what's going on and starts to leave, but Lee Yuan's security guard blocks her path. Finally, Nicky tells her to simply scan the field and say whatever number feels right to her. Lee Yuan selects a player through the binoculars. Jess scans the field, seeing jersey numbers everywhere. She has no idea what to choose. Then she notices a familiar face, their friend Farhad wearing jersey number 55. Suddenly she remembers Nicky's words. Choose the number that feels right. She says 55. It's correct. Lee Yuan is stunned. Jess is confused as well. How did Nicky know? But at that moment, it doesn't matter. They have won $1 million and recovered all their losses. With 2 bags full of cash, they leave the stadium. In the car, Nicky reveals the truth. The entire event was a carefully planned con. Lee Yuan was known in high society for his addiction to gambling. Nicky's team had been tracking him for a long time. Before arriving at the stadium, they had planted the number 55 into Lee Yuan's subconscious mind. The security guard's badge had 55 on it. Signs on the way to the stadium displayed 55. Even the music playing in Lee Yuan's car repeated a sound similar to 55 more than 100 times. They also showed him a picture of Farhad wearing jersey 55 to create a visual memory. So when Lee Yuan used the binoculars, his mind naturally gravitated toward number 55. Jess was never told about the plan beforehand, so that her reactions would appear completely genuine. Impressed by Nicky's brilliance, Jess becomes even more fascinated with him. The story then flashes back to a few days earlier, when Nicky was lying on a bed with a gun pointed at his head. Jess was sitting beside him, the same woman who had lured him into the trap. But Nicky showed no fear. He calmly said he had no money and the man could shoot him if he wanted. The gunman quickly realized something. Nicky wasn't a victim.